Just wait for more time to transpire for more people to get here. Maybe we can get started very soon, but I'm just listening to this tune right now. Oh, it's such a lovely soundtrack, isn't it? I love it. I love this soundtrack. It's so calming. And it hides the darkness that lies within the game itself. Right, let me just put this out on social media so that Twitter knows, Tumblr knows that this is going down now. Cool. There. Then Tumblr. There. And just a little note on Discord that we're now live. Lovely. Sparkles emoji. Link. Copy. There. Good. I think that does it for the moment. Yep, that looks all good. That wasn't it. Hope it doesn't muck up the actual thingy-bob. Okay, I'm gonna have to close it down again. If I press the button anytime I go off the screen, then it just does that. So, whoop-de-doo. There we go. If I don't click on the icon itself on my second monitor, then it doesn't muck up the game itself every time I go off the screen and just check on something. Oh, it keeps doing it, so we have to be very careful. Right. 2 people in, that's fine. Well, we just have to be very careful from now. Hello, Lime. Thank you very much for joining the chat. Okay. It looks very different from looking at my recording screen than my previous screen. And all doing well. Hello everyone, thank you for the people who have joined so far. This is our 3rd time streaming for the wonderful charity that is United Way, in which we can raise as much money as we can as possible so that the word goes out that this is something that we cannot ignore and that we need to know as much as we can about this COVID-19 crisis so that we can all ensure a better tomorrow for ourselves, for our loved ones, and for everybody else around us. But this is quite an impactful game in its own way. Doki Doki Literature Club hits on a few very, very sensitive but very important topics around the world. Like for so, depression and the S word, which I won't say, but you know what I mean. But yeah, it's a very, very what kind of word would you call it? It's a visceral kind of subject, but it's something that we need to address ourselves if we go through it in our lives, but also not to try and bury our heads in the sand and try and believe that the problem will just go away on itself. Hardly anyone here this time. I think this kind of thing has died out now. Well, not died out, but it's just dimmed down a lot. And also as well, Doki Doki Literature Club is not everybody's cup of tea, so I kind of understand why that there won't be hardly anybody here, because when people think visual novel, they just think of like classic tropes, like it's all about romance and stuff like that. Like, it's not. Visual novels themselves are a brilliant genre of games, very story oriented as well. You've got to read the dialogue to be able to get into place. So hold on, rather than looking at the other monitor, I'm just going to go on my phone and actually see what's going on. No, nothing else going down at this point in time. Hoping there'll be more people coming in. Okay, there's another one now. Excellent, excellent. Cool beans. I can only hover. I can only hover above different other programs without exiting the Doki Doki Literature Club window. Okay. Where was my train of thought there? So today's mission is, unlike the other two streams, like those two games were very challenging. Well, I made The Witch's House MV very challenging for myself. Also streamed for the raising awareness of this campaign that's going on. But yeah, it's something we always need to be kept up to date about. And also, this Easter weekend, don't look at it as an excuse to go outside. Always ensure that you're always abiding by what the government laws are put into place where you are. And hopefully, we'll be able to leave this pandemic one day. But only when people are starting to listen. And for the majority of those who are listening, it's great that you're doing that. But for the minority who aren't listening, who just go about their daily lives as normal, you're the ones that are delaying this process. Okay, so if at any point where the game lags or the internet just cuts out for whatever reason, because yesterday on Umidiki Dream Diary, the stream kind of went offline, then back online. So, I can't believe I've just been talking for about 7 minutes straight. Okay, let's start a new game then, shall we? So, please enter your name. Of course, we're going to be called Flair. Cool beans. Right. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Yeah, hey. That girl's Sayuri, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you've never seen yourself making today. But it just kind of works because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school she would oversleep more and more frequently and I would get tired of waking up. Waiting. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Wow, man. Protagonist, why would you do that? However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayuri catch up to me. Oh dear, the arrow face. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. You're getting better. Maybe. But only because I decided to stop and wait for you like the gentleman that I am. Yeah. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. How dare you say that? Like, how dare you think that we're going to ignore you, Sayuri? How dare you? That's mean, Flair. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. And what's wrong with that? Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Even if I want to be mean? I don't want to be mean. Maybe just like a little joke, but that's about it. Whatever you say, Sayuri. Hello! Somebody else has joined the chat. Thank you very much for joining today. Welcome. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Flair, have you decided on a club to join yet? Nah. Hi, Visual Novelty. Welcome again. Welcome aboard this lovely visual novel that we all know and love in our own different ways. A club? I told you already. I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. None whatsoever, okay? The only club I'm belonging in at the moment is the Self-Isolation Club. I haven't been looking either. Eh? That's not true. You told me you want to join a club this year. Did I? Carvotath again this time. Oh, cut off. Yikes. Nah, not again. Not again. Crikey. I don't know what I'm doing to make this wrong, but oh well. It's like 2 AM here. Oh gosh. You must be living somewhere in East Asia or something like that to be 2 AM. Like Philippines, Thailand, Japan, H. I'm sure it's possible, but I did. If it cuts off at any point, just refresh the stream and hopefully that should sort it out. But I'm playing on full screen mode where the capturing software is just capturing the desktop rather than the actual window of the game itself. So hopefully, same hat. What? Okay. I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Like, being spoken to by a parent. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me. When I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I think the problem's on my side. Okay. Sorry if it is, but equally sorry if it is on my end. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Are you worried about Sayori? Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Well, right now, we don't need to be in the real world. Right now, we need to be self-isolating. It's not funny, I'm just thinking of this conversation as being a bit of a joke at the moment. Like from Sayori, you know, you got to sort of explore the world, but yet here we are, inside, not socializing face to face with other people, those on the outside of our house. Cool. 4 likes already, lovely. Welcome aboard, Jupiter Girl. Sorry, I just noticed you got here. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. Everybody who is here is just as important as you think. Right, for today, we are hoping to raise more money. Finally a Doki Doki gameplay stream. Yes, this beautiful game. Social distancing, yes, exactly. Although that's not what we're doing right now in the game, but in the game, they're immune to infectious diseases like, unfortunately, we are. Right, one advantage of living in the digital world. But then again, that digital world could coincide its own story of having biological diseases. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. But in the link in the description below, there is a link where... Sorry. In the description below, there is a link where you can donate to Tiltify, which is United Way, which is one of the charities. They're currently raising as much as they can to be able to fight off this COVID-19 as soon as we can. I can't wait to meet the girls. Whoops, sorry spoilers. Don't you worry about that. I think we've seen Doki Doki Literature Club for 2 years now, isn't it? Going up to its 3rd year since 2017. Like, it was released shortly after my birthday, I believe it was, and it just blew up visual novel as it is. No promises though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Just a weeny little bit? Just a tiny donation of trust? Right. Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! We did it! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? Because it's Sayori. That's cozy. More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I'm sorry, I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Yep, I do. I do indeed. I've already done a full playthrough of this game on the channel. Just type in Doki Doki Literature Club on my channel and you'll be able to find gameplay footage of that there. It is definitely a story worth looking over. And also, sorry I'm broke, I would if I could. Well, one of the other ways that you can help out is by sharing the stream itself so that more people can then see that there's a stream going on to be able to donate to this cause. So it's like well, not advertising, but getting more awareness of the stream itself would then pull other people in so that then they could donate. So that in a way is just as effective as making a donation yourself. Oh well, then I love Monica, she's my favourite. Well, try and keep the spoilers as free as possible within the chat. Maybe just because some people have been going through this, like this is their first time or something like that. And also I'll try to keep my mouth shut of any spoilers, but it is a journey in itself. Hello, welcome to Classroom, another place where we can't go to. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Motivation. Don't worry, Jupiter. Honestly, don't worry about it. Actually quite minimal spoilers, so don't you worry. We know that there's more than 2 people in the game. Clubs! Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the Animu Club. And in the Animu Club we might find other journeys, other stories, like this one. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. Oh dearie me. I look around and realise that I'm the only one left in the classroom. You see, what we've got right here is that there's nobody else other than the protagonist and Sayori. And then later on, only a few other characters. So I think if this is in a hypothetical universe where COVID-19 exists there, then these few are the rebellious ones that decide to come back into school just to ensure that they can have their isolation with a few of their friends. Not a good act to abide by. I look around and realise that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. Nobody can be as worse as you, Sayori. Hello, RPG Horror fan. I didn't know you was a fan of this Doki Doki Literature Club shenanigans. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Don't know until you try, you know. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Oh, hold on. I'm simultaneously doing an okay hand and a love heart. Oh dear. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure that she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Indeed. Sup? Welcome to our own literature club. Thank you for putting that in the chat. Yeah, that pal face is kind of cute. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed a club, she inherited the title of Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the Animu Club. Come on, please. Pretty please. I'll even buy you donuts if you come to the club. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told... Okay, Sayori, the one rule in life is that you do not make promises that you cannot keep. Like, you told the club already that you would bring me along, but yet I have not devoted myself or wanting to come to this club, so like, you kind of screwed up there. I kind of told the club yesterday that I'll bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep, indeed. I can't tell Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I think a hybrid of both. I'll let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. But remember, I'm only coming along for the cupcakes, nothing else, okay? I haven't eaten yet today. Myself, I have, but I'm talking on behalf of the flair inside this universe right now. I dejectedly follow Sayuri across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third year classes and activities. And this is one of the reasons she is my least favourite, well, second least favourite. Okie dokie. Ah, dear, dear, dear. Sorry to anybody in the Sayuri fan club. Sayuri, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Hello, everyone. The new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. I love your hair colour. For some odd reason, don't compare it to the theme of the colours of my channel logo, or my channel banner for that matter. Just something about purple is really nice, okay? It's the blend of hot and cold. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayuri always says nice things about you, because we are nice. Seriously? You brought a boy? Look, okay? Don't judge me by my sexual orientation, okay? Or the sexual orientation that, well, my gender that I was born with. Maybe we shouldn't go down that road. Way to kill the atmosphere. Hey! Don't judge me. Don't judge me for my hairy face. Ah, Flair, what a nice surprise. Hello. Hi there. I'm really sorry I don't know how to pronounce your name, so I'm just going to say hello, Drogolan Padilla. Welcome aboard to the chat. Welcome aboard to the stream. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. Here comes a sundry. Yeah, that's who girl 2 is. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Sup? What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry? Natsuki? Okay, so that's who girl 2 is. The girl with a sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayuri. Okay, the Dandry, the Sundry, and the Andry. Yep, I think that kind of works out correctly. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. But it's not exactly a warm welcoming, don't you think? Being treated like that. Don't worry, she's like another girl from another universe that involves a ginger and a girl with a spear and a shield who fights for justice and wants to purge the world of heretics. Let's move on. Sayuri says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy, as we can see. Hello there, welcome to the chat, the one with the skull face as the avatar. Thank you very much for you all being here today. First, Monica. Okay. Favourite Monica, or something like that. This is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayuri and Natsuki. Regret started. What do you mean? This is a beautiful adventure. Nothing bad is going to happen here. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? Indeed, we pass along as we come and go. That's right. It's great to see you again, Flair. Don't you smile sweetly at me, Monica. This is only the start. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked. But we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, and other things. Basically completely out of my league. Don't you dare say that. Always make sure that your expectations are high. Never put yourself down psychologically. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. The deleted message from Jupiter Girl. Come sit down, Flair. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I decide who I want to sit next to, okay? And if I want to sit next to Natsuki, or Yuri, or Monica, or Sayori, or by myself, or with two of them, or with three of them, or with all four of them, I can do that upon my own desires. Thank you very much, Sayori. But I love the gesture. Doki Doki. The chat is quite lively, thank you so much. Keep the chat going. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I get a little too excited. Yeah, let the baker get their own bakery. Then how about I get some tea as well? Okie dokie. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. First Monica, second Natsuki, third Sayori, fourth Yuri. Oh, that's your ranking, okie dokie. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? With a grin like that, I am very spooked out. Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil of the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little kittens. Cats, sorry. Doesn't matter if either kittens or cats. Don't worry, Jupiter Girl. Don't worry at all. Don't worry about putting your favourites on here. We are all entitled to our own opinions at the end of the day, so each to their own, and we've got to respect each and every one of our own opinions. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Yeah, well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs the first one, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get ice on her face. Would you just eat slower? With more manners, thank you very much. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Don't you judge me for my cupcakes. Do you like my cupcakes? You can say yes or no. Please bite down. I would like for you to eat my cupcakes, thank you very much. Let's take a bite for our days. I hope no one spoiled it. What do you mean about that? Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavour. No, don't worry, no one spoiled the game at all. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I baked them for you. Can I get your opinion on something, please? You two chat. What exactly would that opinion be? Is dependent on the flow of this conversation. Haven't I heard this somewhere before? I thought I heard a wasp just enter my room, but that's not the case. It's just my own computer fans. Mate, I haven't made them for you or anything. Huh? I thought you technically did. Sayuri said, well, maybe. But not for, you know, you, dummy. Alright, alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. I have an OC for this game and I have her backstory too. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before sitting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Ah, I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. I don't do ranking, honestly. As I said earlier, it's each to our own. That's not... Insulted. Yuri looks away. Embarrassed. Flabbergasted. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? So a hacker got their hands on Doki Doki Literature and decided to make their own .chr file. So are you talking about the OC that you're designing? I hope that's the case. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me that I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayuri. While I haven't joined any clubs yet and Sayuri seemed really happy here, so that's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? Her name was Iwi. He has brown skin, messed up ginger hair, and green eyes. So what do you think so far? Well, I will have to experience the game itself in order to get an idea of the environment. Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. Indeed. And that goes for everybody else as well. Just because it's not a hugely defining genre or area to explore into doesn't mean that you can't explore that area if you want to pursue it. So for example, if you want to develop a game that is made in RPG Maker, then don't hold yourself back that it won't be a AAA title that everybody won't be swarming over. It's going to be something that it's going to attract a particular kind of audience, but that particular kind of audience will like what you're doing. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Exactly. So if your stuff fulfills your own dream, then that's good. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. So what's it? Her quirk is that she doesn't like herself that much, but she got on with the girls as well. Okay. So she would rather be in somebody else's shoes than her own. That's pretty interesting. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. I could say more, but I think that would spoil the game. Yeah, definitely. Just stick it to the basics if you don't want to spoil anything. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Oh dear. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Flair, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? Is that is that what you'd consider literature, Yuri? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. What? It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Interesting indeed, yes. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad face. Aww. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favourites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Do you now? Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well, just like this story. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I've been playing a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Exactly. I want to make a coming out. I'm the fifth ninja and my name is Donatangio. Okay. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, what's that? Well, I just... Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind, I don't have an opinion. Just leave me be. I'll be over there with my own books for a while. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? How could you say that? What gives you the idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud. For goodness sakes, do not say that out loud. It's a secret. And give that back. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. I'm not cute at all. Look at me. I'm not cute. I'm not acting cute. I'm not being cute. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. But they won't interest you. No way, Jose. Why do you care? I was just trying to open up to you, Natsuki. I think that's impressive. Indeed. Indeed. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. How can you tell that we wouldn't like them? Ah, not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Showing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Isn't that what I'm trying to do right now with recordings and streams? Open up my heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Oh god damn it, I have to go. Sorry, bye. Don't worry, Jupiter, if you've got things to do, then please do that. But take care of yourself out there. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aww, I want to read everyone's poems. We all sat in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. We'll be here for another 2 hours 20 or something like that. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, see you, Jupiter. It's the biggest planet of the solar system. Somewhere that is famous for not having the coronavirus. Yeah, let's do that. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Flair? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. About to pass out. What's up, Lime? What's happening? How comes you're about to pass out? How comes you're about to pass out? Hold on. There's still one problem. Eh? What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Heartbreak. Shiori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lost my train of thought. Damn it, Natsuki, what's with that face? Yeah, hope you're okay. Definitely. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. Please join. Yeah, hang on there, Lime. Definitely. But I'm sorry, I thought. Flair. You all. They look like puppies that are just looking at us with big googly eyes. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That's it. If writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these girls, these beautiful girls, mind you. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Shiori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down with joy. Hey, don't wrap your arms around me. Do you know we need to be at least 2 meters apart from one another? This was made before that time, so you really did scare me for a moment. Hey, how dare you? If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super peed off. Then that makes it official. We need 5 members to make it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. We hope your stay is fruitful. Ah, thanks. I guess. Right, one thing I've forgotten to do all this time is save our progress. Not that we have to worry about the number of save slots because we've got 9 pages. And you can work out the math of 6 times 9 to make the total number of save slots that we have. Ah, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. I think they anime girls want something vulgar for our protagonist. Okay. Everyone remember tonight's assignment? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Protagonist got corpsed in joining. Flair, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah, stop smiling sweetly at me. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety waiting up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food with their food. Hey Flair, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sierra and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! We're all friends here. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole day my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Would I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Will we be able to do that? There'd be no donations so far. Hoping to get at least another donation during the stream. But it doesn't... Well, what I'm trying to say is, if you can't donate, then don't worry. But you can do your part by sharing the stream so that then other people can then join in on the stream, so that then the possibility of getting a donation in can increase. Like, your share could bring in 2 or 3 more donations. So that in itself is worth it. And of course as well, sharing it is for free, because that's how the internet works. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to go close to one of these girls. What do you mean only one of these girls? Surely there's like a hypothetical scenario somewhere where we can grow closer to all 4 of them. Somehow. We all live in a perfect paradise, just the 5 of us. Me and 4 beautiful girls. Basically every anime subplot, where there's only one boy and a bunch of girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Lovely. Lovely dovely. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favourite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Why? How dare you say that? Of course we're going to do this. I don't know. I won't spoil anything, but I've got a bit of an idea as to what's going on. So we've got this phase now. The phase of deciding which words to select. Like, any of them could impress one of 3 girls, but which word would it be? Okay. It'll light up as purple, but that's just the game itself, just indicating the fact that you've highlighted over the word with your mouse. Pure. Lazy. Okay, 1 for 1. Jump. Jump about. Animal. Play. Okay. Games. How can we not pick games? Candy. Doki Doki. Definitely one we need to select because it's the name of the game. Flea. What? Okay. Fantasy. Color. Okay, Sayori. Desire. Okay, no. Bunny. Bunny. 5 people now. What, Jen? Party. Fickle. No. Smile. Boop. Awesome. Nope. 19 of 19. Lollipop. And chocolate. There we go. Those are the words that we selected for our inspiration for this poet. Hi again, Flair. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. How could we... What do you mean deaf? There's no deaf going on in here. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least kept my word. While I'm back at the literature club, I was the last to come in, so everybody else is already hanging out. Getting dark now. What? I did not click on history. Now that is history. Thanks for keeping your promise, Flair. I hope this isn't too overwhelming for a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, it's too late. What do you mean it's too late? Are you saying that death is already our course? How dare you say such a thing? Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Natsuki! Why? Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. How? Yeah, exactly. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Monica. Manga is literature. That is definitely a way of saying about it. Monica is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. One of the words in the list. Yeah, indeed it is. Don't worry, guys. Flair always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. As long as I'm having fun, that's the thing that we need most of all in all of this time. Is having fun. But having fun responsibly. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. What? Like cooking, clean my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Poof. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous